How are you, YouTube? It's been a while. Nacho Woo here, and I'm going to show you guys gameplay on the map Avengers by what I believe is Weaponxx. Not 100% on that, but I will check it actually after I'm done with this video and post it on the title screen above for you guys. Anyways, during this match, you guys are going to see me play with my Z93 sniper rifle. And if you guys don't already have a sniper rifle class in this game yet, or a decent one, I would highly recommend just focusing on leveling that up for a bit. It doesn't have to be the Z93. I find that the M700 actually does just as well. In fact, every once in a while when I get frustrated with the Z93, I'll often switch to the M700 because in my opinion it's just as good as this one. But anyways, the reason for that is if you play a lot of user maps in this game, so if you play a lot of bronze and silver playlist, and recently actually just they introduced gold, but anyways, if you play a lot of user-made maps, oftentimes you'll find that half the maps are way too big, in my opinion. They're huge. They're just giant fields, and it makes a decent sniper rifle class a necessity for this game. And oftentimes, for me, what makes a decent map, or a component, as you see me get stabbed right there, a component that goes into a decent map is a map that allows you to use every weapon comfortably. And it's kind of hard to do sometimes, but the maps that I find the best, you can use a sniper rifle or an assault rifle or a submachine gun or a shotgun, anything, bow and arrow if you wanted. You could use those comfortably, but like I said, oftentimes when you're playing the user-made maps, half of them are good, and then the other half are huge, and it kind of limits you to sniper battles, which isn't too fun if you don't have a good sniper rifle class. And I guess if I wanted to play devil's advocate, it could be a blast if you have a decent sniper rifle class when everyone else has been leveling up, their SMG or a shotgun, or even assault rifle on some of the maps that I've seen. Some of the maps you just can't, you'll just get outgunned simply. But if you're new to the game, I definitely recommend the M700 sniper rifle. And if you're watching this video, if you're kind of browsing YouTube and looking at different videos of user maps and whatnot, and you're interested in Far Cry 3, but you're not sure if you're gonna buy it or not, I would highly recommend it. And I guess, before I say that, let me go through some points that I really enjoy about this game. Any of you guys who know my past know that I've been an avid Far Cry fan. I bought the original one when it came out for the original Xbox. I think it was Far Cry Instincts? Far Cry Instincts? Oh no, it was just Far Cry Predator, I think. And had the other couple that came out for the 360, the remake, Far Cry Instincts Predator, and then Far Cry 2. But if you know anything about the old Far Cries or the older Far Cries, you know that they're actually, in my opinion, very, very choppy. This one is not, that's not the case for this one though. This one is extremely fluid. If you compare it to the other games, and in my opinion, the top three, I guess, first-person shooters, or the big three that always come out are, Call of Duty, Halo, and Battlefield. And this one actually compares. It's not quite as fluid as Halo or Call of Duty, but it's definitely, in my opinion, more fluid than Battlefield, and I can maneuver my guy around the maps even better, actually, than Battlefield. And but yeah, if you know anything about Far Cry's past, and you bought 2 because it looked cool, and you ended up not liking it because it was kind of choppy, it just felt like your guy was like a box, almost like a Minecraft dude or something. But this one, you can't even compare it to the other two. This one it's loads better. As for the single player, I haven't really dove into the single player quite. I played it for about an hour, and I could say the hour that I played it was actually fairly fun. But from what I've heard, I haven't heard one bad thing about the single player. And as for the multiplayer, I love it. Like, in my opinion, it's just as fluid as some of the other games out there. And you know, I was playing Halo before this, and for any of those who've been subscribed to me for a while, know my past for Halo. You guys have seen my montages and know my love for Halo. And to be honest, I actually prefer this one over Halo, the multiplayer. And I know it kind of sounds blasphemous, but I know. But let me say this though: if you're someone who will only play the games that their friends are playing, then I don't know if I'd recommend this one. If you have bigger influence on your friends and you can get your friends to, you know, a group of your buddies to buy this game, all the better. Because I feel like this game is awesome. I played it for, you know, a couple hour spans on the silver matchmaking, and, you know, you could play 2 hours and play completely different maps within those 2 hours. And speaking of maps, I did actually find this one on silver, and I do want to get to the review. I know 8 minutes is long to talk about a map, so I'll kind of ramble on about certain stuff. But like I said at the beginning of the video, this map is called Avengers, and it's based off of the I don't know if it's so much the comic book, but the movie. So I haven't read too much about the comic book, but I know I've seen the movie, and it looks pretty close. Like I can recognize those snake looking dudes, and basically the layout of this map is, it's very simple. It's a larger map, so you're gonna want to use a sniper rifle or a long range assault rifle, otherwise you'll probably not put yourself at an advantage. But the layout is fairly simple. It's just one giant road, as you can see, and 2 crosswalks that go across, and for the most part you spawn on the street, have to work your way up, and most of the battling actually takes place either on the crosswalk or on the, I don't know what you call it, the warehouse is kind of on the side. Layout, like I said, is very simple, but the way that the author, Death Weapon, I believe, like I said, I'll look that up later, but the way that the author used these pieces is actually, in my opinion, was pretty creative. And oftentimes for maps like these, where they have where they make custom pieces, you know, stuff like that, the map doesn't play very well usually when they do that, but that's not the case for this one. This one plays fairly well, and as you can see the ending scene here, you can see Thor with his hammer and his banana hair. But yeah, I actually thoroughly enjoyed this map. I loved running around seeing the superheroes scattered along the map, and it played very well for having custom pieces. So if I had to rate this map out of 10, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. Definitely play it. So let me know what you guys think about the video and the map as well down below, and if you played the map yourself, and whether or not you're a long-term subscriber or if you simply just found my video somewhere on YouTube. You guys know I always appreciate when you comment, or even when you view. I always check my channel every day, and I thank you guys.